Hey family, we have a new crew tier with exclusive members only polls, messages, and content. We already have some videos live, like our skeleton key reading, a spirit animal bird reading, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx key. Make sure you hit the join button so you can go deeper down this experience with me. Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in a description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. It's timeless, it's love-based. Some of you have literally been asking me for this one for a year. I do apologize. It wasn't intentional. I was struggling with the thumbnail. So I had a concept that I originally did that I don't like. And then I tried to do a different one and I was struggling with like the thumbnail with that one. So you may see that variation of it in the future. But for now, we've got Frappe, Fiance. So let's roll with it so we can see who you're gonna marry. And we're gonna see all about your future fiance and spouse, all right? Yeah, I don't have anything else. So enjoy the reading. I do want to say for those of you that are new that are just stumbling on the channel, I do read past, present, as well as incoming energy. I read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in a lesson and a journey that's going to be important for you to remember going forward. And I'll do the pile selection for those of you that are visually impaired, or if you like to choose based on me describing each pile, I will hold it up for everyone to see again. Pile number 1 is the plain Greek, or if you're fancy, you can call it a vanilla frappe, okay? Pile number 2 is the caramel affogato frappe. Pile number 3 is an Oreo cookies and cream Mocha Frappe, and then pile number 4 is our Matcha Frappe. I'll give you a moment to make your selection, and if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, my plain Greek or vanilla, if you choose, frappe. Let's see who you'll marry and all about your future fiance and spouse, okay? So for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. So I'm going to get you an overview and we'll hop right into who is this person that you're going to meet, that you're going to marry, all of the stuff regarding your future fiance and spouse. Give me an overview, please. Great. This is going to be something you don't expect to learn about them. I've got Sagittarius, optimism, exploration, and freedom. This is going to be the type of person that really likes adventures, right? They're going to like to travel. They're going to like to try different things from different cultures, different foods, could be fashion, just all of the things, just very interested in the world we live in and experiencing all types of people, okay? That's going to be a big thing for them. This is what you don't expect. Libra, base energy, fairness, consideration, and harmony. Loves all people, loves all types of people, very accepting of all types of people, very kind, very caring, very compassionate individual, okay? I like it. This is a person that may be born in the fall, or maybe like something about the fall. So like that may be when they like to travel most, or maybe that is their favorite time of year. I love fall, so like you know how people really love like all of the, we have frappes, people that like lattes, the seasonal things that come out in the fall season, since we have the signs that both open and close fall on the table, okay? That's going to be an interesting period of time for them. We got Virgo, integrity and reverence and service. Kind, compassionate person, again, cares about everybody around them, wants everyone to feel welcomed, loved, and valued, wants to take care of everybody. This is the sign that rules acts of service, okay? And when we talk about acts of service, this is a combination, all three of these, of inclusion. So something about a person that's really big on like inclusion and involving everyone around and making everyone feel welcome. So I mentioned fall season being a big deal. It is because something about like we have the sign that closes fall, right? The sign that starts fall, but the transition from Virgo to Libra, like Virgo is the end of summer. So end of summer, beginning of fall, and then end of fall. Something about that time of year, maybe that's when you meet this person, right? So let me get more clarity on who you'll marry and all about your future spouse. Fiance from my plain Greek or vanilla flavored latte. Tell me more about my file number 1, please. Here we go. Hey, look at you. You got the blank one. I love it. So backstory, this blank card came in the deck, and so we just left it. We treat it like major arcana. It's typically like, this is a notion deck, so I treat it like the mermaid, like also fresh starts, new beginning, blank slate. So yeah, this person's got a very optimistic, broad perspective when it comes to just everything in the world around them. They're like ready. It's kind of the type of person that's down for whatever, if we're being honest. Like they're like, you know, yeah, I'll try this thing, I'll go this place, I don't care. Like that's exciting, that sounds like an adventure. That's the personality. Okay, I got the 2 of Pentacles, juggles a lot of things, wears a lot of hats, has a lot of interest. I mentioned the blank slate, loving a fresh start, loving the opportunity to create something new. Okay, that's what I have with this person. Let me slightly make sure this row does not run out of space. There we go. Always making space. Look at that, making space, creating space. So tell me more about my file number 1. Got the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is go, go, move energy. Yeah, 8 of Wands is go, go, move. It's fast, it's quick, especially when we talk about juggling a lot of things. This person may move fast, they may talk fast, they may switch topics really quickly in conversation. They may, when they're working on one thing, like they may be very good at multitasking. I don't know why I'm struggling with the phrase, but the phrase is multitasking. They may be very gifted at it, and they may do it very quickly. Okay, so I like it. Feels like a very smart person that knows how to move very quickly. But 8 of Wands is faster than you expect. So something about the person you're going to marry and your future spouse, things like that, like you're going to realize this person much sooner than you feel prepared for. I do have the Hanged Man, which is ruled by the sign of Pisces. Pisces energy happens at the end of winter. Okay, so Hanged Man is down for whatever energy. It's someone that really would just do anything without having all of the facts, without having all the details. It can be impulsive, adventurous energy, okay? Doesn't feel like a bad thing in this person's instance, because they do have a certain level of being calculated with this Libra, Virgo here balancing them out. But it is a person that's like, I'm just going to give it to God and go for it. 100%, okay? Because that's what this card rules. So let me see. Tell me more about this person that my plain Greek or vanilla frappe will marry. Let's know more about their future fiance and spouse. I got Daredevil energy. We got the go-go car sounding outside. Tell me more. All right. Someone, okay, so we got confidence is the key to success, and I picked it up in reverse, but it fell in a maturing sense. Now I'm not going to change it because I'm taking it how I picked it up, but it's someone that may not come across as confident as they actually are. So this isn't a lack of confidence. It's someone that's so confident that you might not realize it, right? Like, you know how we interpret people that are more loud and expressive as confident? Like, this person may have a certain quiet demeanor. Like, they don't need to be showboaty. They don't need to like brag. They don't need to be super expressive. Like, this is the type of person that would be well off, like, financially. And the only reason you know is because, like, when you just ask them about some of the things they did, the description is just, yeah, that's not cheap or that's not free, right? But it's not someone that runs around wanting to tell everybody everything they did. But if you're like, hey, how was your weekend? It's like, oh, hey, the spouse and I, since that's the reading, went ahead, did, we took a little weekend getaway, and people are like, oh, where'd you go? And it's like somewhere that it's far. It's not a weekend trip or something like that. Like it just feels like someone that just kind of downplays their success, if that makes sense. Feels like someone that actively downplays their success. Let me see. I got North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. So what I like is we've been getting so many like placements. So remember this I gave you up here, that time period, and it doesn't need to be like signs for all of you, times of year, but something about this North Node in Aries. Some of you, this person has a North Node in Aries. That slip of the tongue is intentional for those of you that needed that confirmation. But Leo in reverse is Aquarius energy. That's the opposing axis. So some of you, this person has North Node Aquarius, South Node in Leo, or they have they could simply have the North Node in Leo since it's still on a table. And then we also have Virgo Pisces axis as well, which some of you, this is a sign that it's happening this year because Hangman ruled by Pisces underneath Virgo, right? And the North Node is in Pisces placement for the remainder of 2025. Okay, so take it as it resonates in the circumstances I'm describing. Okay, so why do I want this deck? I'll give you this deck because we're not that bad on time, but I'm not using this deck today. So it's gonna be unexpected. Like you're gonna be somewhere you're not supposed to be, or somewhere you didn't plan to go when you plan to go, and that's gonna be how it happens. So, or maybe that'll be them, but give me this descriptor that we so desperately need from this deck so that I can put it back, please. Okay, I think it actually was this one, even though it didn't flip over. Thank you. What is this? Passion. Something, okay, passion. I get a wave of you're going to be somewhere fun that you didn't necessarily plan to go or wanted to go. Like a friend may invite you out and you didn't really want to go, some of you, and like you're gonna meet this person there. I get that wave. So tell me this, because it feels like I didn't want to go, but I got there and it was so fun. Okay, tell me more about my plain Greek vanilla frappe, please. Maturing energy of seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking, update, third party temptation. Yeah. Let's see more. You're gonna be like this the passion between this person, so fun. It feels like the type of person, now I'll say this with this Leo in reverse, I don't know that you meet this person through a close friend. I feel like you meet this person more so through an acquaintance, okay? Because Aquarius is acquaintance-based energy. And a lot of your outings with this person, makes sense with the Sagittarius vibe, are going to be not as intimate. Okay, it's going to be like outside. Like it's going to, I mentioned travel and things like that because it just feels like adventures and doing things around people and circumstances that you don't really know that well. But passion and seduction, heavy sensual vibes. It's not that kind of reading, so I don't want to go into detail for the sake of YouTube, but that's a heavy, passionate energy and just really loving on each other a lot. Okay, that's what we've got here. So tell me more about my pile number one, my plain Greek vanilla frappe, please. Take that one, what I said. I'll take the bottom. Got partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. There's a certain living in the moment, spontaneous vibe about this person. I keep saying adventurous because that's a critical aspect of their personality, okay? But really fun, really fun, really engaged. I don't feel like this is a person you're going to have difficulty feeling romanced by. Like if you need a partner that's going to give you a lot of attention, that makes you feel loved and valued. Like if you're the type that like, oh, Valentine's Day, we're going all out. Like if that's your thing, you're not going to have that issue with this person, okay? Because that's just their nature. They love that kind of thing. We got Sword and Rose, which is clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, and determination. You're going to meet this person at some type of non-intimate setting. Partying is very outside. They're at the ocean. Like, it's very outside, it's very public, it's very associate, acquaintance based energy. Okay, some of you, this person is an acquaintance. We have abundance. I mentioned this factor: positive mindset, manifest gratitude, bliss, and blessings. Very, very fortunate person, someone that is doing well. Okay, I have cut down, cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. They may come across as quiet initially. The Hangman being ruled by Pisces, that's a really mysterious aura. It's a vibe of somebody that doesn't really say much. I mentioned being in settings with people they're not as familiar with. So, like, you only know this person's business, like, that they're well off if you really ask the right questions. Like the example of what did you do this weekend, and none of the things were cheap. It was things you got to be abundant to do. That's how this person is initially. Okay, that's kind of your first impression of this person. So, but again, you're going to meet them in an associate based setting. It's not going to be intimate at all. Okay, so through people you kind of know. Okay, tell me more about this plain Greek vanilla frappe. Who will you marry? All about your fiance, future fiance, and spouse. If you're asking about your current fiance, welcome. Okay, tell me more about my pile one, please. All right. I'm being so extra with this deck, but it's okay because this person has a slightly extra edge, and I ended up using a deck I didn't want to use. So catching you off guard, making you do things you don't want to do, and it ends up working out. We've got attraction. Look at all that sensual energy I keep telling you about: passion, seduction, and attraction. Your captivating energy makes you attractive. You wear confidence well. Something about your confident style, this person's confident style, matters. Like, it's a quirk, right? Like, the confidence is high, but like you almost don't expect it to be. Look at that. I mentioned that stimulated energy almost immediately. Love at first sight. The instant gravitational pull you two felt when first meeting lets you know that this is a soul connection. So it's gonna be love at first sight. We got two cards that talk about clarity. It's gonna be very clear for you and this person at first sight. Okay, very clear that you're both a catch for one another. We have someone finally sees the answer that was always right in front of their eyes. The vision is clear, therefore what is to come shall be clear too. And even in the love at first sight, something about what is that? Why did that it faded in and it faded out? What is that? Some of you, this is someone you know from like around the way. Like, you kind of know of them. I mentioned a heavy acquaintance. Like, you've seen them around. You've seen them from time to time. But something about the instance that you really like look at them for real, like eye contact. Like, maybe you always in the same room, but like you never ever like acknowledge them at all, or they never acknowledge you. Something about the love at first sight. Maybe the first time you really look at them, they really look at you. It's like, oh, look at you. I get that for some of you. Okay. And then I've got accountability. Someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effect of your behaviors allows you to move forward. So what I like about this person that's on my table, it's a very clear and disciplined person. Like, this is someone that's not gonna like their intentions with you are very clear from the jump, and you always understand what they intend for you to understand, right? So, like, for example, it doesn't feel like someone that necessarily lies. And if they're if you're confused by what they're saying, then they're either being intentionally manipulative, like, because this is someone that's very good at being clear. Okay, and it's also someone that's very accountable. So I do see this person being good at initiating in the connection and being good at taking the lead if that's what you like, because they're very accountable in in achieving their desired outcome. So if this person wants to see you, they'll make sure they see you. If this person wants to talk to you, they'll call you. Like, it's a very like, because this is also someone, we mentioned success and abundance. You don't become successful and abundant by being passive about what you want. Does that make sense? So that's this person's personality type. So let me get this deck. pile number 1, a plain Greek or vanilla frappe. Tell me, what else do we need to know about who my pile 1 will marry? What else do we need to know about my pile number 1's future fiance and spouse? I hope these aren't like cards that are stuck together. We'll see. We'll see. We got a soulmate. Well, listen, somebody you're destined to be with. Destiny, connection, love, unconditional, and compatibility. This is my last deck before the advice, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. We got lock and key, secrets, silence, burdens, and quiet. Again, someone that may come across as quiet in public, open settings. Someone that you may not have noticed initially. I mentioned that, but as soon as you notice them, it's like love at first sight. Very mysterious or a very private person. This is a very private person. Despite them being outgoing in the way that they are, they're very private, okay? I've got immaturity, childish, defensive, foolish, juvenile. Doesn't have to be a shadow. It could be someone that's very in tune with their inner child, which someone with an adventurous spirit has to be in touch with their inner child, because that's the only way you're going to go out and do the things that are adventurous. You know what I'm saying? Like once you start feeling old and mature, you're not looking to explore or learn more anymore. So this person's going to have a very youthful spirit. Some of you, they may be a little more, I keep wanting to say a little more youthful, but they could be younger in some instances for some of you, okay? I've got a powerful woman on my table, and I look at that. I got a beach. Some of you, water, near water will be relevant, or a beach quite literally. Could be on a beach, could be near a beach, but near water, okay? Because we got party. All right. I got the powerful woman, strength, achievements, success, and leadership. That could be you. That could be them. If that's you, that's what's going to kind of attract them to you, okay? And we got with beach, it says ocean, water, cleanse, force, and subconscious, which talks about that soulmate tie that kind of doesn't make sense in that pull towards one another. I'll see. Okay, so let me close you out with your advice. I mean, I got a good wave. I gave you some settings. You got a lot of detail for this timeline I gave myself. I got some settings. I got a lot of personality traits. I got some things that they're going to be interested in. Tell me my advice for my pile 1 regarding this person. Hey, this is an adventurous person. They're very active and they explore. If that you're more closed up and closed-minded, like loosen up, because it says to rise to the challenge. Look at you. Rise to the challenge. You know, if you're the type to pursue, don't hesitate when you meet this person. Go get them. If this person's very forward with you, don't get scared. Meet them at their energy level. Okay? Start anywhere. Like just do it. Just go for it. Don't turn down invitations. Go out and be social, right? If you're in no position to even meet anyone like this, go out and be social. But you're being told to rise to the challenge and just start anywhere. Literally just start anywhere, okay? All right. So that is all I have for you today. My pile number 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew. We have a lot of exclusive messages in that Onyx key tier. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 2, my caramel affogato frappe. Let's see who you'll marry and all about your future fiance and spouse. So for those of you that are new here, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. So, you know, you're going to meet this person when you step into a new chapter of life. Like it's just something about a new chapter, because I'm switching up the way that I originally planned to do the reading. This is the overview deck, which I will go back to for the next couple of piles, but for whatever reason, Moonology is the deck. Actually, nope, it's not there. Is it here? Nope, it's not there either. It's not there, but I had, I think I saw the moon card at the bottom of one of these two decks. And so something about being lunar in nature, very in tune with your emotions is a thing, okay? So let me just put this, which was once the overview, over as a next clarifier so I can see what's going on with my caramel affogato frappe. Tell me about this new chapter regarding who my pile number 2 is gonna marry. Tell me all about this caramel affogato frappe's future fiance and spouse. Tell me from my pile 2, give me an overview. Why did this deck want to switch and be the overview? Oh, okay. All right. This one. Look at the bigger picture. We got the full moon in Sagittarius, which happens closer to the end of spring. It's the end of spring because it happens during Gemini or right before Gemini season. Okay, so here we go. Look at the bigger picture. Something about a broadened perspective being important regarding this person. So let me see. You're close to achieving your goal. Give us moon. Okay. So you're close to achieving your goal. Very close to achieving your goal. Look at the bigger picture. It almost feels like a message for people selecting this pile. Like you're almost there. Broaden your perspective. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your romantic partners and things like that. So let me see why that message is like that. My caramel affogato frappe, please. Tell me who will my pile number 2 marry? Tell me about their future spouse, the future fiance. You know, full moon in Sagittarius. I mentioned Gemini energy. It's closer than you think. It's nearer than you think. Like if you pay attention around you, that feels like it's telling me your spouse is already within your vicinity. Like there's somewhere around you, because third house, which is ruled by Gemini, it's like your localized energy. It's your neighborhood, it's your town, it's your city, it's the travel you do on foot, by car, all of those things. So this is someone that if they're not already around you, they're likely to come near you. But you're close to achieving your goal. And look at the bigger picture is person's already in your neighborhood. Look at you. Tell me and let me know. Because that's hilarious to me. That some of you, this person's quite literally already in your neighborhood, already in your area. Okay, so let me see. Tell me more about my caramel affogato frappe for my pile number 2. Okay, the maturing energy of a high priestess. So my high priestess talks about the unseen. It literally talks about things that go over our head because it rules our 12th house in the sign of Pisces, which talks about the things that we can't see about ourselves, right? It's our self-imposed limitations, it's our subconscious mind, but it's also our hidden strengths. It's our hidden gifts and talents. So hidden allies, hidden enemies, all of those things fall there. So it just feels like it might be going over your head. You may be overlooking this person. You may be stepping over this person. And that doesn't mean that you know them now. It just means if you look at the bigger picture, if you explore a little more, you may find this person. I love it. Tell me more. My pile number 2, the Fool. 2 major arcana. I got Pisces, Aquarius energy. Those 2 signs are ruled by the planet of illusions and things going over your head here, and the sign of shocks. So like you got something going over your head and being quite literally shocked when you realize. I don't know why that's on my table, but it is intriguing, right? It is intriguing. So let me see. Tell me more. I mentioned a new chapter in life, which the Fool definitely rules. It's the number 0, and it begins the Fool's journey in the major arcana, where you just throw everything away and just start fresh. So tell me more about my number 2 then. My pile number 2, my cafe affogato frappe. Who will they marry? Tell me all about my pile number 2's future fiance and spouse. Someone that's very creative and very intuitive, okay? But I've got the Page of Wands, which pages of messengers, and wands are very active, very instinctual, very impulsive, right? It could be someone that's impulsive in nature, could be someone you meet while doing something impulsive. It comes through often. But what the Page of Wands talks about is very stimulated messages, very stimulated communication, being excited about what you're doing and where you're going. So make sure you align with that energy. I have the Emperor here. Let's see. Which rules Aries energy. So beginning of spring, end of spring on my table. I'm opening with the beginning of spring, with the end of spring, and I'm actually closing with the beginning of spring. So it's almost like a backtracking. You may have to backtrack to this person. Some of you are going to go back somewhere or back in time, like somewhere you used to go, things like that. Like, because again, closing of spring, beginning of spring, like going backwards. I don't know what that means, but again, I'm telling you, I'm being told this person's already within your vicinity. Okay, so now let's use the deck that's supposed to be my overview and see why it needed to clarify. What do you guys tell us about this pile 2? It's Caramel Affogato Frappe. Please tell me who my pile 2 will marry. All about the pile number 2, future spouse, please. Mutable placements, ending of seasons, something about an end of a season. Here I've got Gemini again, I've got Virgo, I've got Sagittarius, and I've got Pisces. So mutable placements. Okay, this person will likely have some mutable placements. Again, that's Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. I got Pisces 2 times. I got Sagittarius technically 2 times, Gemini technically 2 times. Okay, but it says surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. That does talk about switching up your routine, being adaptable enough to go out more in your area, things like that. And then I have my Libra-based energy, which says consideration, fairness, and harmony. Okay. Something about the fall, spring, fall, I want to say, I don't want to call it axis, it's not axis, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like something about spring and something about fall. Because I got spring up here, and then like I introduced fall here, the beginning of fall, end of fall, which is aligned here. So that's a thing. Okay, backtracking. Now I got spring, and now I'm going back to fall. Something about backtracking, okay? Tell me more. That's pile number 2, my Caramel Affogato Frappe. Please tell me about who they will marry, all about their future spouse, their future fiance, please. Golden Mirror. Oh, look at me. It says narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided, being self-absorbed enough to where you're literally overlooking this person. And I'm not even like trying to insult you. I'm so serious. It feels like you're so fixated on yourself, or will be in the near future, that you overlook this person. I've got key on a ring, many options, unconventional, one night stand, and string along. Okay, let me get more. I got not today, boundaries hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. Like literally overlooking it. I don't know where you are or what you're doing in this instance, but it's an overlooking. Okay. And I'm backtracking to it. I've got ship, which says cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progressions, and arriving. Literally walking past this person and not even realizing. It's hilarious to me because like there is literally an instance, all of you selecting this pile, there will literally be an instance of you just walking right past this person that you will eventually marry, and just walking past them like they're not there, whether you mean to do that or if you just literally overlook them. And maybe that's the shock of, oh, I literally walked past this person like who would have thought this is who I ended up marrying, and I just walked past this person. That's what this table says. So I don't know why that's a big deal, but it is. So let me pull more. My pile number 2, my caramel Affogato Frappe. Tell me who this person will marry. My pile number 2, all about their future fiance and spouse. Look at me. Look at me. Look at you. Look at you. You walking over this person. That's funny. Let me see. Hold on, because I'm actually messing up myself. That's why I'm being like this. I'm throwing off the table. Let's see. Tell me who my pile number 2 will marry. Take this one and this one. We got sexual healing. Sexual energy can be used to reconnect, let your bodies release some tension, and enjoy the pleasure. Some of you, this is somebody you may pretend to not be attracted to initially just because, like, I got the not today vibe. Maybe you're in a setting where it's not really appropriate to be stimulated because this is someone you're going to be really attracted to. Which makes sense. I hope so. If you're getting married eventually, I got emotional support. Now it's the time to check in with your emotions and your partner's thoughts and feelings. Feels like not being in the space for it, right? Like feels like prioritizing other things. But I do have main attraction. Someone can't keep their eyes off you. You are the leading star. You are the center of attention. So hilariously enough and chaotic enough, looks like you're ignoring this person and this person's attention is on you initially. So we got attraction. Yeah, I got both cards that rule attraction, right? Your captivating energy makes you attractive. You wear confidence well. So that's interesting. Let me see. I'm telling you, you're just like not engaged. You just walk past this person, but like they see you. So what is that? You come back and let me know. I've got forgive and heal. As you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. It seems like at some point this person gets over it. I mean, I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if it's intentional. Let me see. You know, it doesn't. I don't know. If some of you, maybe it is. Let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 2. My caramel Affogato Frappe. Who will they marry? All about their future spouse, their future fiance. Tell me more about my pile number 2, please. A call. We got a message coming in. Communication, news, offers, excitement, and luck. Yeah, a lot of cards. So, rags to riches. It says, look at me, self-made, abundant, rich, full circle, changes, and joy. You know, full circle is a thing. Rags to riches feels like that meme where it's like, you know, look at us now. Who would have thought? Not me. That's it, right? Like that's what this pile feels like. Look at us. Who would have thought? And I got create with me, creation, conception, teamwork, new beginnings. And you know, ironically enough, a similar energy came through. You may be coming from the Secret Admirer reading that should have been posted last week, or will follow this one. I haven't decided yet which order, but I filmed them on the same day. I filmed it earlier today. Right? Crush, stranger, love, daydreaming, surprises. Again, even though these are shadows, like if you see he's just watching her and she's just like self-absorbed, and it could genuinely be you intentionally being mean. I encourage y'all to stop doing that. But I do get a wave of some of you, like we do have an emotional support vibe, but just someone is just not in the space. So some of you, it's not intentional. But surprises is on my table. And then I got groupie, shallow, fan, obsession, stalking, lust. There's a perception on my table of someone's intentions or someone's personality, because that groupie card feels a lot like that golden mirror. Like someone's misinterpreted a certain way. That could be this person and you. Like you could flip that energy, or it could be them, right? But someone's misinterpreted for this really shallow, self-absorbed, groupie-esque energy initially. And it's like a turn off or leads to miscommunication. It's a thing, all right? But it just looks like a backtracking. I'm so serious. This is a backtracking energy. So I got a wave of this, and find yourself in the story. So the secret admirer implies an observation of some sorts, right? And it feels like there's an initial wave of something, right? And then an observation either following or leading up to some type of backtracking of energy. That's what the table talks about. And I know it's vague, but it's probably supposed to be vague because the perspective you're in when like you meet the person or learn of them or as you're getting to know them is foggy. That's why we got that high priestess energy. Okay. And I got community. Look at that. Yeah, I got freedom here. Community says groups, family, neighbors, polygamy. But you know what? That neighbors, I told you, already within your vicinity, already somewhat connected to you in your community. It's like literally already in your face. So you're asking me about who you're going to marry, and it's going to be hilarious when you realize, please let me know. I like to laugh. Okay, I love to laugh. So tell me more. Actually, give me my advice for pile number 2 so we can close them out. Well, you know, I'm not gonna fight back. That's your advice. You get 2. Some of you do like picking the pile number 2. There's 3 here. We've got, hold on. Remember where you came from. Hey, look, it's the you can't make it up. You literally can't make it up. You pick pile 2. Your first piece of advice is the number 2 card, and look what it says. Remember where you came from. I told you something about already around you and backtracking to somewhere or something. And then we've got number 16, which is like the bird, and it says, I am standing fiercely by your side. So we got like an angel standing fiercely by your side. This combination feels like remember that you are divinely supported, divinely protected. Remember where you came from. If like some of you this may be a going back home, and some of you may be scared to go home for something. I don't know. I don't know your specific circumstances, but your wave of energy says, remember where you came from. I am standing fiercely by your side, okay? And then we've got start anywhere. We got 2, 16, 23, 32. Look at me. 23, 32 could be relevant numbers, could be relevant ages, okay? All right. Start anywhere. And every moment towards your truth is an interval towards your ascension. Be authentically you. We got 11, which also reduces to 2. So I'm going to close you out. It's an interesting pile. But the overall message was, it's already in your vicinity. It's already available to you. The question you asked me for today, especially those of you that may have already asked me to do this reading, because some of y'all asked for this reading. So like, I'm going to laugh at you, like cackle, if this is your pile after you've been asking me for this reading. So, but still it's funny, but it's also good for you because it's not that far off. So let me know. All right, so that is all I have for you today. My pile number 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew. We have some exclusive messages on that Onyx key tier. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3, my Oreo cookies and cream Mocha Frappe. Let's see who you'll marry and all about your future fiance and spouse. So I have a lot to say, so let me just get the intro. For those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson and the journey. Now that those of you that are new know what's going on, this is my divine timing pile. And when I don't know that means like the ominous way down the line. I don't know that means that. I know that I keep getting the North Node card, which talks about stepping on your path, your purpose, and this person you marrying being aligned with what you're meant to contribute into this world. So your North Node, your path, your purpose, what you're meant to do here. I assume so far you're going to meet that person as you're stepping into that era, or as you're reaching some certain stage of that era. Does that make sense? Like something about this person being a part of your soul drive so much so that they will directly impact your journey towards your north node. So let me get your overview and see what that's all about. Tell me more about my Oreo, Mocha, Frappe, my cookies and cream pile. Who will they marry? And tell me about your future spouse. We got house 3. So early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Okay. The South Node. I know I'm not crazy, y'all. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you something about this pile, which, you know, I know some of y'all pick based on your favorite desserts and things like that. And then there's those of you that consistently pick the same pile because I don't know if it's like a life path number, birthday, whatever it is for you, okay? Because, you know, pile 3, right? And house 3, which is also ruled by the 3rd sign and zodiac sign of Gemini, which communication. So something about this person's communication, their knowledge, they'll be very gifted in that area, but something about that as well as their mind, right? Because this is the rational mind. You'll need that knowledge, those skills to help you, right? We're communal creatures. We're only meant to go so far alone. And something about like the person you're going to marry, they're going to really benefit you on your journey. But it feels like a knowledge-based benefit. Like it feels like the way they communicate, the knowledge that they have, maybe even the way that they were raised is going to benefit you, right? Because all of that is ruled with that there. And then I'm doing, you know what, especially so since the South Node does rule the past, something about this person's past, this person's upbringing is going to be critical to your journey. I don't know why it's that deep, but it will be. Let me see. Destined to release. But the South Node is past life. Not just past in general. In a very woo-woo sense. Yeah. Someone that's very harmonious, right? Feels like angelic support, harmony, perfect flow. Like very divinely favored union. So this would be, if we're going to be super woo-woo about it, this is going to be someone that's like, I mentioned part of your soul, tribe, soul, family. This is someone like your spirit guides actively want you with. Like if we have a list of soulmates, there's a list of priority and preference, right? Soulmate, the soul like mate that you're going to end up marrying is one of those top 5, whatever, right? Like they're like, oh no, we have a list, and on this list we got 1 through 5 that we prioritize. If things happen, we move and we go lower down list. But as of now, for pile 3, this is the hand selected bunch. So I don't know why it's so chaotic, but it is a past life tie. So I'll give you that much. Regardless of if you believe in that, just take it as some type of symbolism, right? A connection that is so deep that you must have known each other in a past life. Like that's the way you would tell the story, okay? All right. Some of you have South Node in the 3rd house. Some of you, this person has South Node in the 3rd house, okay? And it could be someone having a South Node in Gemini or Sagittarius. I'll use the axis, but dominantly Gemini, okay? Oh yeah, heavy localized energy. There was a different pile that had that energy as well, like really close and upbringing and past dominant, because this card is actually ruled by Mercury and Gemini, which rules that house. So tell me more about my, okay, all right, jumping out the deck like that. Hey, feels like perfect catch combination. Like you're gonna see this person as a perfect catch. The end. 10 of Cups is someone that's fulfilled on every level. It's someone that makes sure and is in a position to make sure that not only are they fulfilled, but everyone around them is fulfilled. Their family, their friends, right? Their siblings. They're in a position to make sure everyone's feeling good. Because we have this Emperor, which conquers, which achieves. It's ruled by the sign of Aries, but it does not have to be. I have a heavy spring vibe here. Actually, there was a different pile with that. So if you're watching multiple piles, not at this shorter, good for you. Good for you. But this Emperor spreads joy, regardless of gender. Okay, this is someone that is doing well, and which is why it makes sense that you like, because this, remember I mentioned this person is going to be critical to your journey. It feels like you're critical to their journey. So as you step into a certain level of success within your North Node, people that quote unquote experienced it before with you in past lives start surfacing, in terms of friends, in terms of family, in terms of community, which the Ten of Cups does symbolize. So remember everything I said about you and this person's role in your life. Let's flip it, because it will be mutual. Okay, it's gonna be mutual. So let me see more. This Oreo, Mocha, Frappe. I said it was gonna be mutual, did I not? So why do I have the divine counterparts? Look at you. I've got the number 4 Emperor and the number 3 Empress. That's the order they come out in the major arcana. Emperor, Empress, this is a family. This is like head of community, right? Like this is power couple, but like, you know, I'll even use some religious symbolisms for some of you here. Like this is like pastor, first lady energy. When we talk about Christianity, I even hear politics, like we talk about that. When we talk about businesses, organizations, like this is a couple that is kind of viewed at the top of that food chain. So like this may be a person that you actually start a business with, right? That you elevate your business with. It just feels like this person and their identity and who they are at their core is critical to where you're going next. And you're very much so complementary. I love that I had a pile that came out with the Emperor and the Empress. Like I'm so happy about that as a reader, especially since it came out with the 10 of Cups, which symbolizes a very, very happy family, a very, very happy community. So look at you, look at this person. I'm so happy. I've got a King of Pentacles here, which it is stable energy. It's grounded energy. It's someone that's going to be, I don't say no nonsense, but you have to have a certain level of discipline to maintain this life. So it feels like this person will complement you in that area. And if you don't feel like you're that personality type yet, where you're very driven, where you have goals, where you have aspirations, that pulls you further away from when it's going to happen. That puts you closer on that woo-woo divine timing sense, right? So I know y'all don't like divine timing. It's like, oh, whenever then. Well, divine timing is a frequency. So typically if you align with your path and your purpose and the things you're supposed to be doing, everything else kind of matches your energy. So if you get a reading and it says, oh, whenever you align with the frequency, whenever divine timing, then that means you're not in the energy, you're not in the perspective to even receive it, right? It means get to work on your journey, utilize your skills that you were born into this life with, especially ones that you've nurtured early on in development, right? This is early childhood. This is your natural skills. Use those to push you on your path to discover what you should be doing in this world. And then you will match very much so equally yoked with someone that is the Emperor to your Empress, or the Empress to your Emperor. Look at me, I can't even pronounce words today. And it won't be that far off, because house 3 talks about local travel. So you'll be doing, wherever you end up, whatever you're doing, right, that is on path, on purpose. When you land in that environment, that person will be there waiting for you, or they'll step in. That's what it means for those of you that are not in your path, in your purpose, when we say divine timing, okay? Now, if you know that you're already doing that, then you're good. We're just going to get more details. So tell me, my Oreo cookies and cream mocha frappe. Tell me who my pile number 3. Tell me who they're going to marry, and let's get more clarity on this person's future spouse, their future fiance. We got a lot of clarity on their role in your life. It's a big deal. Yeah, new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Let me tell you when those are, if you're watching it in real time. If you're in the timeless sense, eclipses are relevant, whether we're talking about past or incoming, but I'll let you know which ones are near me. Let's see. New moon eclipse. So the next new moon eclipse, where are you? Sorry, I'm scrolling. Where is it? I know that it is in Aries. Ha, there it is, March 29th. Shouldn't be that long after I see, yeah, it shouldn't be that far off from when you see this video. It'll be actually be within, because we have here. My schedule says this. Ironically enough, I think I'm uploading this to you the week of. I think this reading is actually, if I stick to my plan, it's either the week before but most likely the week of. It'll be this weekend because I'm way in the new moon in Pisces, quite literally the new moon in Pisces today. So this eclipse, this partial solar eclipse in Aries on March 29th is a critical period regarding this person, okay? Like that's going to be a time that matters, okay? First quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. What is being tested? Oh, some of you, okay, those of you that are on path, on purpose, tighten up, okay? I mean, those of you that are not, really tighten up. But listen, if you're on path, you're on purpose, you're already feeling like you're this emperor, empress energy, or stepping into such, right? Like you're using your skills, you're doing what you need to do, you're using your rational mind to get ahead and do what you feel is your life path, life purpose. First quarter of this year was to test you. That new moon eclipse happens at the beginning of Aries season, right? It's new moon in Aries. So that will be the beginning of the astrological new year, which launches the second quarter of the year. So if you've been feeling tested this first part of the year, something will shift around this eclipse or following it that lightens the load, that puts you in closer proximity to this person so that you can meet them, or whatever, put you on path to eventually land near them land near you regarding your life path. Okay, that's what it's on my table. Okay, not saying it's gonna happen this year for all of you, but some of you, yes. Others of you, this year, the moves necessary for this to eventually happen will be made, and you'll be able to be confident in the message in the reading if it sticks with you long enough, because you'll see yourself begin to step into more of an emperor or empress vibe, or both, depending on how you identify, to where you're like, oh, I know, yeah, I can trust Onyx in her how I'm gonna get married reading, because the stuff she told me makes sense, is adding up. I'm already seeing that. You see what I'm saying? So when I say divine timing, I'm telling you what's going to lead up to that moment, even if I can't give it to you specifically, because you're not there yet. Okay, so yeah, give me more. My pile number 3, got poker face. Cards could be relevant. We got taking a chance, risks, options, not showing hand, gambling could be relevant. I also have that risk taker vibe. There's something about a risk. Eclipses are chaotic energy. They are shocks. They are things, like it could be a risk associated. Like some of you are going to take a risk, or maybe this person's going to take a risk. And when you look back on that risk, it leads here. Okay. All right. Tell me more. We got passion. Letter P is relevant for sure. I'll take this one. Girl with the snake. Charmed or used, enable, boundaries, talking, interested, awaiting messages, text, calls, emails, and talking more. At the bottom, I've got the hammer, which says sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on a repairing. Something about some type of risk, and like a risk on faith, a risk on passion, a risk on life purpose, life path, that requires some type of either rebuild or launch. I heard the word that puts you in proximity with someone. Okay, like it feels like someone being part of some type of building something from the ground up. Like hammer feels like building something from the ground up, whether it's like some type of rebuild. It could be a new job somewhere. It could, like, you know what I'm saying? Or could be launching a company, like just something about that. And eventually it feels like you and this person doing it together. Okay. So let me see. Building something together eventually. Tell me more about my Oreo Mocha Frappe. Tell me about who my pal 3 will marry. All about their future fiance and spouse. Give me more details on my pal number 3's future fiance and spouse, please. 2. I got sweet song. Soulmates often use music and songs as a telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. This will be someone you kind of have like a bit of a psychic connection with. Like, even if you're like, I know you're watching tarot, if you don't believe in that kind of thing, it's fine. It just feels like you'll know each other enough to where you'll kind of be able to read each other's minds. It feels very telepathic, okay? And then I have explore, take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's inner thoughts. Some of you are being encouraged to just go ahead and take a ride, explore your local area, especially if you pick the other power where that's a thing, because the power 3 rules your local area. So do that. And then let me see, let me get one more from this deck and then we'll go from the other one. My power number 3. Who will you marry? All about your future fiance and spouse. One more, please. One more, please. Look at me. I'm like, hurry up. It's funny because, like, I started to get, like, not annoyed as a reader, but I'm cutting these down. And I'm like, hurry up. And then very soon jumps out. So something about a rebuilding on something and being persistent about something very soon. And it says be clear about what you want because within the blink of an eye it will be yours. I did give you some timelines. And then it says like very soon. So, I mean, yeah. I said hurry up and then very soon. So those of you that don't want to hear the divine timing thing, you might want to tighten up because it feels a lot sooner than you think. And I'm not a reader that says that to get you to watch these videos. I don't have time for that, okay? Because we have faith, and it says trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear or doubt interfere. Trust the divine. Some of you may have already met this person. Okay, this is my last deck, and I'll get your advice. We're going to close it out, so give us the critical details of my pile 3, who they're going to marry, all about the future spouse of my pile number 3. Tell us for our Oreo Mocha Frappe, please. Critical details of who they're going to marry and all about their future spouse. I mentioned some of you may have already met this person. We got regrets, missing you, sadness, sleepless nights, I want you back. Could be someone that misses you in some sense. It doesn't have to be as chaotic as an ex. It just could be someone that misses you, is looking for you, wants to see you, hasn't seen you in a while, things like that. We got a maturing androgyny, which says ambiguity, sexual identity, gender expression, and style. For whatever reason, this feels like someone, yeah, exactly. Because I'm saying style prematurely, feels like someone that is very stylish. Okay, some of you, this person's very stylish. They may look good or wear the color burgundy a lot because burgundy is on here very clearly, very distinctively. So tell me more. My final messages for my Oreo Mocha Frappe. Who will they marry? Tell me all about their future fiance and spouse. That card's been really liking us lately. Bright, vivacious, happy, loud, and colorful. Red is definitely a thing, but that burgundy was really standing out to me. It's someone that gets a lot of attention. It's someone that attracts a lot of attention. Not like they're an attention seeker, but like it feels like someone that's very friendly, social, good at talking to people and things like that. Which makes sense because if you're going to end up being this Emperor, Empress energy and union, then at least one of y'all got to be social, right? It feels like at least one of you is like that. So tell me more. Pile 3. Okay, hot sauce. attractive, feisty, on a roll, temperature, climate, and debate, hot sauce. Those are a bunch of random facts. It's maybe a person that knows a lot of random facts. Ambiguity does imply someone that may be a little eclectic in taste. It feels like someone with a bunch of different random hobbies that don't match. Okay, yeah, exactly. You don't owe me. Freedom, alignment, aerial, and fitness. So it's hard to pinpoint this person because there's so many of you here looking for a specific person, and all of these people on the table have a bunch of random eclectic tastes and hobbies and such, but they look good while doing it. Okay, tend to be a little bit in shape, a little bit flexible, and that means mentally flexible and adaptive, as well as like physically flexible. Okay, could be someone that's interested in chakras and making sure they're aligned in that area. Okay, but free spirit that kind of has a lot of going on at one time. Okay, which could be some of the success I see. So let me get your advice and close you out. All you really needed to know, if we're like, I don't know if you caught on, but I did as the reader. They're like, listen, this person's going to be critical to your journey. Tighten up, step onto your journey, or continue on your journey. And boom, I'll give you a little bit of a timeline of like when something might really move. But the who is not as important as the what you need to be doing when the who steps in. I don't know if you caught that, because I definitely did as the reader. So give me the advice for the pile number 3. Bravery is your baseline. I've never seen this card before, but look. Bravery is your baseline. Go, move, step on path. There you go. I like that saying too. Bravery is your baseline, okay? Where focus goes, energy flows. Step onto your path, step onto your purpose. If you haven't, if you did, great job. It's aligning, and I see some movement actually this year, all right? So that is all I have for you today. My pile number 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew. We do have some exclusive messages on that Onyx key tier. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 4, my Matcha Frappe. Let's see who you'll marry and all about your future fiance and spouse. So for those of you that are new here, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson and the journey. So my cards are stacked and ready to go, but in the camera. Let me tell you why. Because this feels like a I can't shake you energy. This is somebody that you can't shake. They can't shake you. One or both could be mutual. It's going to be different for all of you selecting the pile, but I'm already channeling that song Thief. What is that man's name? I cannot think of this man's name. You know what? I can type it in really quick because it is in my playlist. It's in my favorites in Spotify. So what is that man's name? Xavier Omar. It feels like that song. I channeled it immediately, and I don't channel songs that often anymore, but that song Thief by Xavier Omar, at least that's his name. Is that his name? Sure is. Love that song. So yeah, so that song comes through. I got Pluto after moving Uranus, shocks and chaos, exactly. And then I have, look at this. I can't even get it up because it's the Ace of Pentacles, which is some type of new beginning. Now, I don't know what that is, but we're going to look in a second. I'll look in a second because even the table is starting to talk a little bit. Yeah, I know I got cards in the way, but let's start here. This is the advice deck. Interrupt your fear and replace it with gratitude. So I don't know if you are like just scared of each other immediately. Pluto does that. 8th house synastry does that. If that's the case, but like all of your cards landed in a chaotic way at the bottom of the reset. Look, we're asking about your future spouse. We're asking about your future fiance. Well, boom, commitment immediately. It's like can't shake you in immediately recognizing that they want a commitment with you. What's this say? Boom, love at first sight. Exactly. Let me put that over here because I want to keep them in the order that I use them. We like to be a little organized. And look, engagement ring. Literally, engagement ring. What are the odds? I'm doing a You know, I don't do these readings often. As I mentioned, this might be my first time doing it in literally like 2 years. We're holding our vision here, okay? And then all the cards like talking about rings and commitment come out. So what is this? We got an Emperor and a Ten of Cups. Now, I cleansed this deck. If you came from the pile where this came out, I don't know what to tell you. I'm being like, your readings are spot on. It is freaky, good for you, because it was a good kind of freaky. Like, but I cleansed these decks. I definitely did. And chaos and conflict came out in the best way. So, and I say conflict because there is a conflicted overlay of can't shake this person, can't shake this person, and possibly being afraid of this person initially. So we're 3 minutes in, but that's okay because we got time. We're closing you out fairly early today. Okay, we've been closing all the piles out fairly early. So I love how clear your path to what you guys are seeking is regarding this topic. I love that for you, okay? So my pile number 4, my Matcha Frappe. Tell me who my pile 4 is going to marry. All about their future spouse. Got 2, okay? I do have our piles on the channel. The letter T may be relevant because this is house 10 and we've got trine. But house 10 talks about structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. It does align with that Matcha Frappe, right? Like somebody with that would be very structured, disciplined, right? It's on the table, very career minded, very driven, but someone that's been very blessed and fortunate in that area, someone that's been blessed and fortunate enough to care about their health, to see that as something worth doing, someone that just lives a good life, right? But all in all, the most important thing here to note, this is a person loves their career, loves their job, loves their business. That's a blessing. So you're gonna have a partner that loves their career, loves their job, loves their business, whatever it falls in, whatever category, okay? Because we have life mission, life path, and that angelic support of being supported on your journey and divinely favored. Like basically people that are doing what they love because it's what they're supposed to be doing in life versus working a job because you have to. Ooh, I love that for this person. And I love that for you because being aligned with that energy uplifts you. So very fulfilled person, very respected person as well though, okay? We got a Gemini-based energy, curiosity, intellect, and networking. I know I sound raspy. I didn't take a break before this pile because it's getting a little later than I want it to be because I'm cranking out more than one reading right now. So I'm like, let me knock it out. It's not going to take that long. So we're powering through. No water because I would have to go get it, but I'm not going downstairs. So yes, we have someone that's very, I heard the word enriched, but with this Gemini energy, it's someone that studies a lot. Like it's someone that perfects their craft. Like it's someone that really, like I mentioned, loving what they do and it being a career that may be aligned with their life path, because life path and career don't have to be the same thing, right? But for this person, it seems to be to some degree, just really curious, really loving to learn, possibly always reading, studying, tightening up their skill set regarding this thing. So one thing that's really important for you to know, they're driven. So a lot of time and energy goes into that. So that is something to be cognizant of, especially if you've not found that passion yet yourself. Because I'd like to talk to everybody. If you align with this energy, you know, you don't need me to tell you. But if you're not as driven, this is someone whose stuff absorbs most of their life because they're invested, right? So if you're not that way, it means you're gonna have to be a person that finds something to do, okay? When this person is doing those things, okay? So I don't know why I'm like screaming at the camera. I'm so sorry, but I don't know why that's a thing. But like your spirit guides are making sure that I'm making you aware that that's a thing, okay? So tell me, my pile number 4, my Matcha Frappe, who will they marry? All about their fiance and spouse. Tell me, my pile number 4, all about their future fiance and spouse. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one first. You know, the Emperor, like this person will embody the Emperor. I don't care about your gender, none of that. Emperor is go-getter, boss energy. Boss man, boss lady energy. Okay? That's this person's vibe, that's this person's energy, and that's the critical theme of the reading because I can't get rid of that card. Okay? So we've got the Three of Swords in the oh, okay. I got you. I love it. Makes sense to me. This is a person who has fears or has experienced losses in terms of romance due to some in the negative. Some people that want to be offensive would call it an obsession. This person is invested in their stuff. Like they have a job. I mean, not, they don't have a job. They have a career. They have a life mission, a life purpose, a life path. They have a purpose, right? And whatever they do for a living, whether it's that a business or career, it's their purpose, at least a major part of it. And people don't seem to understand it because they're so intense. The only way to understand that is if you have something you're deeply passionate about. And people that lack that passion don't understand. It feels like this person may have historically gotten wrapped up in people that are more surface level, that don't have hobbies, that don't have interests, that don't care deeply about anything. Like, not to be mean, but this person seems to have attracted those types of people. And it's like, this person cares very deeply about their stuff. So Three of Swords implies heartbreak due to being Emperor energy, being very driven in terms of your career, your social status, your reputation, right? Your business, your thing you do, right? What's this? Yeah, right in your face. So very quickly, it feels like this person's going to identify you as someone that understands that, at least understands that, even if you don't experience it yourself, and they'll move very quickly. Lovers to that's why your cards are like that. That's why it's like that. Lovers to Four of Wands is immediate marriage. This is actually another card that's ruled by the sign of Gemini. It's like someone, remember, that's the sign of communication. That's the sign that rules the mind. It's ruled by Mercury. So it's someone that understands and comprehends very quickly, like, oh, pile 4 is the real deal. They like, this is someone that's gonna fit in with what I got going on. Like, they have their own stuff, and even if they don't, they're not in the way of mine. You see what I'm saying? Because we got the Lovers, and after whatever heartbreak or just knowing that, like, finding the wrong types of partner, or even if it's not actively dealing with the wrong types of partner that don't understand their life and the things that they do, that they work on all the time, it feels like a fear of that, right? Like the fear, like, I'm worried that I'm not going to find that partner. I'm worried I'm not going to find my spouse. Like, this is literally someone that's fearful of not finding their life partner. So when they meet you and it matches, it works well, the first thing they're going to do is make sure you understand, like, listen, my whole life is this stuff, this thing, and I'm not willing to part with it. And you understand, and you're like, I would never ask you to part with that, or good, because I don't have all this time for you either. Right? So whatever the glee is, it's like this person seems to understand very early on, like, oh, this is my spouse. I know it now. I'm not gonna find another person like that. So I love it for you. I love it for you. But this is someone that will be very financially stable. But again, Ten of Pentacles is not just about financial stability. It talks about the things they want to build, their legacy, very invested in the things that they're doing, especially when we talk about community. So it's critical to who they are at their core that, you know, it looks like historically they've been asked to deny that part of them, or they've not found a partner that they've, you know, like, because even if they haven't been outright asked to deny that part of them, this person does not have a lot of free time, because it feels like someone that, like, their business, like if you own a business, right, that, like, that consumes you, literally, quite literally. So this person has not had a lot of free time. So past people that they may have been dating early stages, like, lost interest or got bored just because they weren't getting the attention they felt like they wanted, which that's their prerogative. The lifestyles don't mesh. That's a compatibility issue. And again, others of you, this person just hasn't had time at all to do that. So they're just like, I'm never going to get married because I'm not giving this up for a spouse. I'm not going to take time away from this, at least not at this stage of my career, my business, to find a partner. So some of you, this person, that Capricorn energy, that rules that 10th house, some of you, this person had thoughts that they would have to wait much, much later in life to find someone. Others of you, that you may be meeting someone at a later stage of life that thought they were going to die before they found somebody. Bear with me, y'all. I'm on my last pile. We powering through. Hold on, I do have water. I'm overreacting. See, it's just sometimes I overreact about the water situation. I have water next to me, so you're fine. But the rasp is fine. We're powering through. We're closing it out pretty soon. But this person doing very well, really wanting a family, but wanting to make sure that that family, like they want their cake and to eat it too, basically. Okay. And somewhere in their journey in meeting you, when they meet you, however they meet you and engage you, they recognize that with you, they potentially could have it all. So I love to see it. Tell me, my Matcha Frappe, who are you going to marry, and all about your future fiance and spouse. Tell me about my Matcha Frappe. No, I don't want to pull it. Okay, that one is loud. What do you need to release? The waning moon. So you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm being honest with you. That's why I mentioned that person kind of letting you know up front, like, listen, this is my life. This is what I got. So what do you need to release is some expectations, because I do like, so if we're talking about a person with a history of not being able to keep a partner because this consumes their life, like I get it from their perspective, but it's not easy. Like there's a reason this person's not been able to prioritize that area of life. There's a reason why people maybe didn't stick around, like why people would lose interest, because like it requires sacrifice. Like what do you need to release feels like you possibly needing to sacrifice. I'm leading with you as a dominant energy because it feels like I like, if you remember, I don't know why I was doing that. I mean, I did it, now I do. I felt like I was kind of making you aware, like, listen, this person, this is their life. And in me needing to describe that to you, it was kind of like, I feel like at some point, that's going to be a conversation very early on with this person. Like, I need you to know, this is it. It's going to require sacrifice on your part because this is my business, right? This is my career. Like, it feels like someone that's C-suite. So like I hate to say it like that, because if it requires sacrifice on your end and me seeing you being willing to do it, if this is your future fiance spouse, it's the person that's gonna be the breadwinner, gender aside, right? Like their career maxes yours by a lot, right? So the sacrifice ends up being on your end for the sake of the family, the household, because if this person's a C-level executive and you're like a middle manager somewhere, you get what I'm saying? So that's where the sacrifice happens. And that's why I see that, okay? At the bottom, I've got work through your fears. And I do see some hesitancy and some fear possibly on your end due to the sacrifice. This person's like locked in. They're like, no, Power 4 is perfect. But like, it could be scary knowing that you're going to have to like make the sacrifice and possibly trust this person a little more than you would want to if you're more of an independent type, okay? Because I got that specific instance, okay? So what is this? What do you need to release? Work through your fears. Who will you marry? And there will, you know what? And then, you know, I got the wave of intensity and fear at some point too. So who will my Power 4 marry? Tell me about the future fiance and spouse. What do they need to know about this person? Backstabbing, heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack. Yeah, they've been through it with that 3 of Swords. Some of you may bond on that. That's why I have worked through your fears and what do you need to release. Some of you share trauma. So this is either a person that is traumatized due to their past experiences, or you match it. Like, it's not an instance of you're traumatized and they want you to get over it. If you're traumatized, they're traumatized too. Because they've been backstabbed, used, manipulated. People like this tend to be, because like their whole life is their stuff. So your attention isn't on personal matter. So you don't know what friends, family, whoever who has access are doing. Does that make sense? Because you locked in here in terms of your business, right? Especially the type of personality that like this person could do well to kind of ease up a little bit, like just me observing them from outside in, because they do have too much focus on that area. But I do see that lightening up with you, just because Lovers and Four of Wands is a happy married life, Ten of Pentacles is a happy married life. So realizing they don't need to spend quite as much time as they had been on those things, okay? But really traumatized person, okay? Someone that people have taken advantage of in the worst way. Got this, okay. And we'll take the bottom. Talking, interested, awaiting messages, texts, calls, emails, talking more. Someone that's very talkative, loves to communicate, loves to talk, loves to share knowledge. That will be a critical part of your dating journey, is the conversations, and expressing how people have taken advantage of them. Like, I don't want to get it like a trauma dump session. I don't want to get a always talking about everything that went wrong in life, but just being open and honest with one another, and just bonding and connecting, right? Being truthful about your history, your past with one another, right? Separation, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future, being very transparent about the way relationships historically have ended and their struggles through that, whether they're overly experienced or under experienced in that area, because I see someone that's had a lot of trouble with love here and here, okay? And, you know, them being clear that past lovers have not been able to hang because they require a lot of a lot of energy on themselves, right? Self-worth, value, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. Like, some people may consider them to be selfish because of the lifestyle they live, right? And I got the chaser, fear of abandonment, chasing, codependencies. I think you're the pile of can't quite shake you. You are the pile of can't quite shake you. So this will be someone that actively pursues you. Okay, I don't know. I'm not getting a how you meet. I'm not getting a what leads to the pursuit, but there is a chaser. That this feels like a person that will chase very actively. I'm not saying court. Courting is just dating, right? Something about this person feeling like they have to chase you initially. Okay, and it could be all of your trauma up front, but this is someone that will chase you. All right, so let me pull here. Tell me about my, is that a pomegranate? I think it is. I have a reading, and I think it's a health reading. That may be your pile. You know what? That might be your pile. This is if you're into health and wellness and you're not on memberships. It's on memberships only, just to let you know. But if you are in memberships, there's a what you should be prioritizing in terms of your health reading up, and this is a pile that would pick that. There's a pile with pomegranate in it, which if I'm not mistaken, I think it's pile 4. So look at you. Tell me, who will my pile 4 marry? So I don't know what this is, but there's a heavy chasing vibe, right? So you got forgive and heal, we got a separation, and an certain future. Some of you, this may be someone you break up with and get back together with, like, throughout the relationship. I'm not saying this is the next now. I'm saying some of you may get frustrated and there may be a period of separation within it, right? But a forgiveness and healing, right? As you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. Even if it's not that literal, some of you, you're going to forgive and heal people from your past. This person's going to forgive and heal people from their past through this connection. Like, it feels like releasing the past so that you can merge together. Okay. Okay. Yes, exactly that. I got ready for love. You've been understandably guarded, scared of being hurt again, but you took the time to heal. Now you're ready to try love again. So took the time to heal, forgiving and heal, releasing the trauma of your past, then releasing the trauma of releasing your insecurities, releasing your fears, having an open line of communication. But again, all of the cards I got at the beginning, ready for love basically immediately. Okay. And being locked in, and this person being very sure very early and chasing you down. Okay. like chasing you down. You have chaser, like they know, they're sure. And I could see how initially you would need a little more time because a lot of sacrifice to deal with this person. That's why they're so sure. It's hard. They know how hard it would be to find someone else. Not saying you're settling, not saying you're not amazing. That's why they're gonna want you, because you are. But something about you seem complementary to what they're trying to do and the life they want to live. And if you're hesitant and worried due to trust, they're gonna chase you down. Okay, chase you down, chase you down. Okay, so let me pull from this last deck and get your advice. My pile number 4, my Matcha Frappe. Tell me more about who my pile 4 is gonna marry. Tell me who my pile 4 is gonna marry. All about their future spouse. You got revenge, one night stand. Okay, so newness, revenge, body, luxury, reaching goals, sudden success. You got one night stand, fast sudden connections, sex, positivity, and pleasure. There's a very specific energy that hit the table. Pink may be relevant. Some of you, this person's gonna be so excited about you because being with you is gonna be like revenge for like their exes. Like some of you, like being with you is gonna be like a revenge glow up for some of these people. Like they're gonna see you as like, yeah, look, I'm like you, like marrying you, being engaged to you is going to be like some type of revenge glow up in some form. Okay, I don't know why, but let me pull one more just to see. And it also talks about sudden success, right? Sudden, right? Because both of these cards talk about sudden energy, right? Reaching goals, sudden success, fast, sudden connections. This is a connection that will move very, very quickly, okay? You may need to catch your breath, okay? So tell me my final message for my pile number 4. Okay, perfect. Then we'll take the bottom. Your advice is coming next, okay? We've got addiction, excessive drinking, sex addict, unhealthy coping mechanisms. They may have a history, they may have a past, but that landed on a chaser. Can't let it go. Can't shake it. That's a can't shake it energy. Individuality talks about someone that's very different, unique, right? Something about you is different. Something sets you apart. It says expressive, artistic, unique, fashion, courageous, trendsetter. Something about you just seem ahead of everything, okay? And we've got student, learning, classes, college, observant, listening, study, someone that can't shake you, someone that observes you, someone that kind of watches you. Like it feels creepy the way that I'm describing it, I understand. But it just someone that just can't quite shake you. So they want to learn more about you and chasing you down, quite literally, okay? So I don't know that I've ever seen a pile. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to move on to the advice of that aggressive, like chasing you down. Like some people wouldn't want that, but it doesn't feel as aggressive. Like I don't know how to describe it. It just is what it is. Take it how you want. I have gold digger here, transactional relationships, superficial love, materialistic. It feels like a person that may have had a history of people, whether we're talking about romantic, friendships, relationships of all kind, where people attach themselves to them for all the wrong reasons. Feels like someone that really like locks in for their business, their career. So those types of people are very successful, and with success comes predatory people. So it's just a person with trust issues. So something about you open them up immediately, and that's why they're chasing you down. Like something about you, they're like, I can trust pile 4. I know I can trust pile 4. And so they may be a little over aggressive. You may have to tell them to ease up in pursuit, okay? So let me get your advice for my pile number 4, because it's somebody that's been ready for love and just couldn't seem to find it prior to you. Like they're ready for love, but like they just keep getting wrapped up in the wrong type of connections. So tell me, my pile number 4, give me my advice for how they should proceed with this person, okay? And this is how you should proceed, because it's an incoming energy of remember where you came from. Remember who you are, like at your foundation. But again, remember where you came from. Don't lose sight of who you are. Don't lose sight of where you came from, okay? That's the thing. So how are you contributing to the party? Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. How are you contributing to your party, to the party? Everything that exists in your reality is a frequency. Making sure you maintain a sense of self and not getting lost in this person's identity is a huge thing. And also making sure that as this person brings value to you, you bring value to them. And I'm talking mostly to the people that are going to have to make a lot of sacrifices, because there's a group of you where this is going to be a mutual thing. This person's got their own life, you got your own life, and you're married, you're happy, but like you're both equally doing your own thing because you're both super busy and you just fit where you get in where you fit in. But there's also that group of you that kind of have to live in this person's shadow. And that's more where the advice comes in. Like, remember where you came from, remember who you are, don't lose sight of who you are in this person's stuff. Maintain a sense of identity in that. Like, it's a great thing, but it becomes shadow-esque when you lose sight of you and your needs. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. My pile number 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew. We have some exclusive content on that Onyx key tier. Thank you for watching.